Hi, guys. So I'm back in my pajamas with my bed head. I've just been doing some stretches and a little bit of breathing work. Um, and I didn't even get to my meditation because I wanted to put this out very quickly. So, thinking a lot again about perspectives and how we approach challenges in our lives. Um, and that has gotten me thinking. And again, this is what I'm dealing with. So this is the example that I'm using is again the healing that I'm having from my full knee replacement, right? And I know that a lot of this for me, for the challenge for me, has been about embodiment. I'm very much someone who's like in my head and like out in the ether, and I'm not always. I have to work hard to be grounded and to be in my body. That's something I have to really be intentional about. And I have often, as if you've watched any of my videos, you probably know or you know me that I've had a lot of struggle with my body, right, and loving my body, and that's something I'm working on. Um, so about the knee and particularly the message that I wanted to give you today was, I have, as part of the work that you do once you have a knee replacement, there's lots of exercises they want you to do, lots of stretches and and it doesn't feel good. It's painful. It hurts. To do a lot of these things, and I'll be honest, I have not had a good attitude about it. I have done it begrudgingly. I have done it with an attitude of "Wow, poor me. I'm stuck doing this. This sucks. Woe is me" kind of attitude, which I kind of knew, but I hadn't completely clocked until this morning when I was doing some stretches and having had a wonderful session with my spiritual advisor and coach, Vera Lester, and then also having some work done by a fabulous craniosacral therapist, neuromuscular therapist to help me with my healing. Anyway, so I'm thinking about this, and I as I was doing some of these uncomfortable stretches that I need to do in order to heal my knee and my whole body, because it's not just my knee. It's, I had other problems, and there's like and of course, when one body part is affected and has a problem, the whole body, and like everything, right? We're all connected, and our body is all connected. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, and I was sitting there, and I was sitting in the feeling of dislike, in the feeling of being disgruntled that I had to do this, right? And so I was thinking, oh, okay, well, that is not very compassionate towards your body, right? That's not very grateful towards your body. What if you shifted the perspective, right? What if you thought about it differently, right? What if you thought, wow, I get to stretch my body. I have a body that I can stretch, and it feels good when I stretch it, right? And if I have some discomfort, what do I do when I have that discomfort, right? Do I get into a bad mood? Do I feel sorry for myself? Am I angry at the world or God or the surgeon or what, or, the guy who ran over me 15, 16, 17 years ago on a ski slope? That none of that does any good, right? None of that doesn't help me at all. What's going to help me? So I thought, okay, instead of being angry at the discomfort, instead of being uh, um, disgruntled by it, instead of feeling sorry for myself, I thought, okay, what if I just breathe into the discomfort? What if I just acknowledge that it's there, and I'm compassionate toward it, and I'm compassionate toward my knee, which is trying very hard to heal, and I'm supposed to be helping it, and having a bad attitude toward it and giving it not not even love, not just giving it hatred, really is not going to aid in my healing or in my mental health, right? So I thought, okay, that's fair. Because it's one thing, I think, like, for instance, where I first learned the idea of becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable place was in hot yoga, right? So, but I chose to be there, right? So I chose to take a train to go to the studio and go in the studio and sweat my tuchus off and be in a really uncomfortable place. So it was really hard for me to be mad about that. Like, even if I got irritated or frustrated in the room, I learned to be comfortable in the uncomfortable place, or that was the beginning of my learning of that, because obviously I'm still working on it in different areas. But when it shows up involuntarily, like when it's not something we are choosing, which is most of the time, right? Most of the time things happen to us, challenges happen to us, and we're not choosing it necessarily. Like, I wouldn't choose to have messed up my knee so badly or my hip so badly that I had to have a knee replacement, right? But it's here, and and now I'm dealing with it. So how am I going to deal with it? That's the question. That's always the question. How are you dealing with the challenge? Are you trying to take a perspective that's going to help you walk through it, that's going to help you learn something, that's going to at least help you be present for that moment? How long am I having to stretch or bend my knee in an uncomfortable way? I mean, what are we talking about? A couple of minutes a day? It's not that long. It's not that hard. So, there are people who are in serious pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's a whole different level, right? That would be a whole different level, which, I'm not sure I'd be up to the challenge of right now. So that's what I'm giving you today, is that it's really about perspective. You may not have chosen the challenge that you're dealing with now, whether that's a physical challenge, whether it's an emotional challenge, whether it's a spiritual challenge, whether it's a mental health challenge, whatever the challenge, whether it's a geopolitical challenge, whatever the challenge is, how are you taking it on? What sort of perspective? Are you being compassionate towards yourself and towards your own reactions to it? Are you being patient with yourself? Are you at the very least, if you can't be positive about it, can you at least be present to it for whatever length of time the discomfort lasts? Because the discomfort, in most cases, does not last very long. Just like sadness, it passes. Happiness passes. It all comes and it goes on waves. And the more we can remember that, I think the easier it is to accept challenges when they come, and the more gracefully we can walk through them. And every time we are able to do that, even for a moment, right, that helps us exhale, feel better, be kinder to others, be kinder to ourselves. So that's what I'm inviting you to do. Be kinder to yourself, be more patient, more compassionate. And if it's to your knee, whatever it is. So, big love. Take care. Bye.